Alright, so we got some upcoming changes on the channel. I've decided that I am tired of paying rent. Pretty much expensive storage at this point because I'm almost never home between work and adventures. So we're going nomad lifestyle. Gonna live in this thing. Maybe eventually we might do a truck camper setup. I'm thinking a trailer for the winter time. Work the entire winter, take the summer off, do seasonal work sort of like that. Unfortunately, I have no other income, no social media or anything like that that pays me, so I still have to work. Other changes is we're going to be doing rock sliders on this guy. Should have those on custom fabbed end of the month-ish. You're also probably wondering why this is getting uploaded before my BC or Ruby Falls video. I'm having trouble with my programming trying to render the videos. I've tried multiple things, restarting the program, reinstalling the program, completely remaking the videos entirely. I've tried rendering different sections of it. Maybe it's just bad video or something like that. No luck. No luck at all. I think my laptop I have just doesn't have the hardware capability to actually render the video. It has enough to build the video, because that doesn't take a whole lot, but to render it itself and export it, I don't think it has the capabilities. So pretty much around the same time as I get my rock sliders done, I'm probably going to pick up a different laptop, something a little bit more hefty. Sell my new old, because I literally just got it, but there's no point in having two laptops. So I'll sell it, recoup some of the money, and hopefully by the end of the month I can have both videos out entirely. They're made, I just can't render them to export them. Like, it just won't do it. So that's all I got left to do. So I'll save those to the cloud, install the program on the new laptop, render them, then I'll be able to upload them. For now, and then I have to stick to reels, shorts, and some other stuff that I can actually do on my phone. It's unfortunate, but I tried everything I could think of for it. The other thing is once I go the full nomadic lifestyle, I don't know if I'm going to do a combined channel where I have my off-road adventures like you see, and different vlogs and stuff from where I'll be, because I'll be moving around obviously, or if I should do a entirely separate channel. I'd like to combine the two, but you know, it depends on what you guys want to see, right? I'm not gonna spam a bunch on one channel and then videos get lost and stuff. If I have two channels, might be better off. If you guys like that sort of stuff too, then I can combine them. There'll be a lot of videos that are made up like half and half. There'll still be adventures, but longer adventures. So like, you know, the winter time, there's not going to be a whole lot. I'm going to dedicate winter to just working. Maybe the odd outing, a couple vlogs maybe. But for videos themselves, it's going to be summertime. So there'll still be, you know, we still got a month and a half, 2 months of no snow. So I'll still have a couple videos that I'll try and maybe edit together. Maybe I can do it on my phone in the meantime. I don't know. But outside of that, the mods and upgrades to the truck will be a little bit more slow going. Probably wintertime. It'll be kind of the upgrade mod season. Just because I'll have access to the shop at work. I'll be working full time during the winter time, so I'll have a steady income then. Other than that, I mean, it's super capable as it is. I'm pretty impressed with it. There's, big changes I do want to do, but I'm not in any sort of rush to get them done. The rock sliders I'd like, just because the truck's long. There's no doubting it. It's long. It's gonna rub on things. Even just on normal outings, sometimes I rub on them. The gas tanks are my biggest concern. I really don't want to do away with the saddle tanks. I thought about doing a blazer tank in the back, which is equivalent to the 2 tanks, but just, obviously combined down into the one in the back. It's alright. I may eventually still do that, but for now, the rock sliders I'm getting custom fabbed from a fab shop here in town. They're going to build it down and around the gas tanks. So they're actually going to be protected by solid metal. So I won't be too worried about them for a while. Eventually I'm going to, sometime soon, maybe this fall, I'm going to order a clocking ring. And essentially what that does is, on your factory setup, your transmission is on an angle. What the clocking ring does is you unbolt everything and it clocks it flat. So what it does now is it sits, instead of sitting below the frame rail, it sits up in the frame rails, which then I can run a solid flat skid plate underneath in that entire middle section. I don't have to try and bend it around or do any funky stuff. It adds, God, if I had to guess, at least 5 inches of ground clearance in the center. I whacked the T-case doing Memorial Rock and Whipsaw in our last BC trip. Nothing major, just took out a section of the casing, no leaks or anything, so I'm not worried about it, but that made me think, if I can clock it up, run a flat skid plate underneath, well then, it doesn't matter if I hit it. It's all solid steel. There's nothing to worry about. Heats, I'm not completely encasing it. It's just probably a 3-foot section, essentially just the middle of the truck. That's where it is. So the motor is going to be still exposed. There's not much you could really do for skid plates with a solid axle rig. Independent, you can run something underneath because there's nothing dropping in and out, up and down. It's just your arms. A solid axle rig, the entire axle moves, right? So you can't really do a whole lot. I got a lot of skid plate on the front of this bumper anyways, which can kind of push it to the diff. The diff can slide over, and then that comes skid plate. The other thing is I'm going to be building out the back of this thing with this cap. I was going to do it just a straight dedicated kitchen setup. The entire thing dedicated to kitchen and, stuff like that. I think what I'm going to do, because the rooftop tent, it's nice, but kind of sucks if it's super poor weather if you want to set it up. You're out there, unfolding it, stuff like that. Which ain't at the end of the world, but I'm going to do a temporary, I'm going to leave a bit of a space in there to be able to put a cot and a temporary sleeping setup. So if the weather is that bad, and I really don't feel like climbing around the truck to set up the tent, I could just crawl in the back, kick on the heater if I need to. If it's still summertime, obviously I don't need that. And then, sleep for the night. If it's nice the next day, hey, I'll set up the tent, whatever. Also, I'm going to do more lights. I'm going to utilize that spot on the top of the sort of where the lip comes up. My buddy Mike gave me a whack load of lights and bars and all sorts of stuff. Thank you, Mike. I haven't done anything with them yet. So I really made him put them to use. So I got a bar that came off his Bronco, the little bar that usually comes up, little sport bar, bull bar, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to retrofit that to that, put a light bar on it. I have another light bar for the top in this nice metal cage style mount. So it fits actually perfect on that angle. Where it mounts on the windshield of the Broncos is the same exact angle as that top lip on my cap. So I'm going to bolt that in, seal it up, obviously, because I might be sleeping in there. Then I'm going to be looking into a small solar setup. I do have the gas generator. I have the truck's power. I have options to charge things. I bought an EcoFlow River 2 Pro, which I'm really loving. I may do a review on that eventually. I haven't really had it long enough to have any issues. It will be completely unsponsored, unpaid for. It's all my money. I don't have any sponsorships on anything. The other thing I'd like to do is, I'm debating if I want to keep mud trains or go with like an RT style as my next set of tires, because I'm going to be putting on a lot of mileage. Since December till now, we're, August 10th. I think I bought this truck December 9th-ish, somewhere around there. It was the first or second week of December. I've put almost 30,000 kilometers on just in those few months, and I've been working a lot. Now that I'm going to be moving into it full time, I'm estimating that to double or triple. So, though the mud trains are really nice and they work really well, I feel like I'm going to wear through them a little bit too quick. And I think an RT would probably be the perfect happy medium between an all train and a mud train. Toyo came out, Toyo? I think it's Toyo, that just released a RT Pro. It looks like a mud train, but it's slightly less aggressive than a mud train. It's a little bit more what I would consider highway friendly, or road banner friendly, however you want to put it. Yeah, so with the tires, that's a possibility. The other thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to build up a little bull bar around into this, just to give some more protection. Then with the rock sliders, I'm going to run a tube across here down to the rock slider just for a bit more trees and stuff like that if I'm getting into tight spaces. I don't know if I want to lift it. I do, but I don't. Kind of one of those things. I might just leave it as is, do the skids. Let's see, I'll give you a tour of the back. It's not anything fancy, but... So, I'm getting glass made up. Well, Lexan is what they're replacing this section with. For now, I just got the thing there just to stop rain and whatnot from coming in. And then... So, inside, it's a disaster right now. I'm going to put a sleeping setup kind of here, slide out here, probably mount some carpeting inside, and then I'm going to make a, like a shelf type thing up top, just to slide stuff onto and strap down. And I'm going to do an awning. I am going to do an awning, which is going to be a 270, and then I mount it here. It's going to swing around to that, and then out to the other side. Just because, crap weather, it sucks. And then, I got the mount lights up top there. Starlink and solar is going to be mounted to the roof itself. Just because it's the simplest out of the way setup. So let's see if I can get you to. So that clocking ring is going to take all of this right here that you see hanging down It's going to make it completely flush with everything else. And I could just run a skid plate straight that whole length right across. And it'd be all nice and flat. And then, I don't know if you can see it too well on camera, but the skid plate here in the front bumper will send everything kind of down that way and then to the diff. I'll probably do a skid plate on the diff eventually. I want to ditch the stock diff anyways, and then sort of do something like that. But anyways, so that's the plan for now. Yeah, we'll keep you updated on what goes on. Anyway, stay tuned for more videos.